Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Deja, and if you're back, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. So I was on TikTok and I came across this TikTok from I Am Siobhan saying stitch just was something that the Black community needs to hear, especially the older Black people, or something along those lines. And I went down a rabbit hole of looking at everything everyone said, and I had a lot to say, okay? So instead of making a TikTok, I decided to make this video. So this video might be a long one, not really sure yet. So go ahead and grab a snack, relax, and sit back and enjoy. I just want to add a disclaimer before I go any further. When I talk about things, I am speaking from my own personal experience. Not only that, I speak for the Black community because that's the community that I'm from. One might say, well, it didn't only happen to Black people, it happened to me too. I'm sorry that it even happened in the first place, but I do understand that. I hear you, I'm with you, but I can only speak for the community that I'm from, so. When it comes to correcting your child's misbehavior, there's a thin line between punishment and discipline. While punishment focuses on making a child suffer for breaking the rules, discipline is teaching them how to make a better choice next time. So again, there's a thin line between abuse and discipline. And I feel like a lot of us went through abuse without really knowing that it was abuse. For instance, if you hit an animal, it's called animal abuse. If you hit a person, it's called assault. But if you hit a child, it's called child abuse, but no one is being held accountable for it. It's teaching them a lesson. It's discipline. It's like you're beating on someone who is incapable of protecting themselves. Like, I don't understand the logic here. Now, let me just say that I do understand parents might pop their kids or give them a quick spanking with an open hand, and, teach them not to touch a hot stove or play with the outlet. That is teaching them a lesson. After they get that little pop here and there, they understand that I can't do this anymore. I can't play with the electrical outlet anymore. That's teaching them something. It is not just instilling fear versus when you beating your child with a belt to the point that they can't sit down the next day, that you're beating them with switches and stuff, and is leaving whelps all over them to the point that the whelps are bleeding and leaving bruises. That is not discipline. That is abuse. I can't tell you how many times I got my ass beat growing up and had whelps and bruises and bloody whelps all over me, and I just thought that shit was normal. I kid you not, I thought, oh, I'm just a badass kid. I'm gonna just continuously get my ass beat all the time because I'm just a horrible kid. Like, I really genuinely thought I deserved every beating that I got, okay? I really did, and I thought that getting whelps and stuff like that was normal. I thought it was okay. I thought every kid was going through that. And a lot of people will say, well, I got beat as a kid and they didn't do nothing to me. Well, evidently you have some sort of issue because you think it's okay to beat on children. And I'm so sick of people saying if the generation these days got their ass whooped like we did, they wouldn't be half as bad as they are now. Y'all have so many mental health issues and problems and don't know how to communicate, just lack a whole bunch of things because all you know is violence. All you know is beatings. Let me beat them. Every time they piss me off, I'm gonna whoop their ass. Every time they do something bad, I'm gonna whoop their ass. Every time they get a bad grade or they get a bad note sent home, I'm gonna whoop their ass. What does that teach them? What does that teach kids? Nothing but to fear you. That instills fear. A lot of this is passed down from generations and generations. They think that my mom did it, so I'm going to do it to my kids. Well, my mom did it, so I'm going to do it to my kids. Like, that's not okay. That's not normal. I can literally talk about this all day, but I'm going to just stop here and move on. The infamous crab in the barrel mentality. The good old, if I can't have it, neither can you. So if you're still confused on what crab in the barrel mentality is, let me show you something from Urban Dictionary. A syndrome where a group of like situation people hurt those in their community attempting to get ahead. Often this is applied to people in an impoverished community where one person is starting to get ahead. The collective community becomes jealous or filled with the sense of self-loathing. So they find a way to pull that person back down to the community's level. I think we all see this a lot with rappers. These new rappers will go back home and just get shot and killed because somebody's jealous of them. Somebody doesn't like to see them successful. Somebody is hating on them. We can't get ahead because somebody is constantly pulling the other one down. And it could be in even small forms. Like if you tell your friend that, oh girl, I think I want to start a clothing business. And your friend is like, nah girl, I don't think you need to do that. Like they're pulling you down. They're making you have doubt. Watch this TikTok for reference because he explained it very well.
What what the problem is. Thank you, sir, for saying it.
These stitches weren't on, so I had to do some TikTok trickery to make this shit work. But hear me out. I'ma tag her in the joint so you can go actually watch the video, but what I just witnessed was like a microcosm of what's happening in the black community, right? People dragging her in the comments because a ban was spent on dinner, and my problem with it is, why y'all worried about what the fuck people spending on what they eat? You want to holler black excellence, but when you see black people being excellent, you have an issue with it. What the problem is? It's weird because we don't do that with any other culture or race. It's like we have an expectation of them to live in excellence while we desire to live in excellence. And when we witness people living in excellence, we got an issue with it. But see, the gag is that it's okay for you to post about your wins. But when somebody else's win is at a higher level than yours, you got an issue. The fuck is going on? Like,
Again, there's not really much to say on this though, because it's just self-explanatory. Unfortunately, it happens a lot in the black community. How many of you can relate to this? You went home for the holidays or went home for a family function and you got called fat, or you got called skinny, or you look sick. By a show of hands, please, by a show of hands, you too. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I did too, and I don't know the last time I've been home because I don't feel like hearing that shit. No, but seriously, the body shaming in the black community is astronomical. It is bad. You would think that you would get body shamed more from strangers, people you don't know online or whatever. No, it be coming from your own family. Like, what? Auntie Reva, you're 365 pounds. How are you going to tell me what I need to do? You need to have been pushed the plate away, okay? See, now I'm wrong for saying that. Now I'm wrong. Why is it, instead of asking how college is, how's the new apartment, how's the dog, how's your relationship, they be like, you're big, or you're too small. Let's just collectively stop commenting on people's bodies. Like, I know I done got big. You ain't got to constantly remind me of that shit. Let's talk about how the parents be favoring the boys more than the girls. Like, they let the boys get away with anything, but the girls is just like, they give them the hardest time that they possibly can give them. Like, the boys can come in any time of the day or the night and leave when they want and come when they want. And then the girls gotta be in at a certain time, probably before the street lights come on. Can't hang out with their friends, can't go to no sleepovers, can't do this, can't do that. But the boys can just do whatever they want. Ooh, and don't even get me started when it comes to sex and pregnancy. I've seen too many times where you're gonna have to get out of my house if you get pregnant, but the boy gets another girl pregnant and it's just, oh my god, I got a grandbaby. What the what happened to the energy that you had whenever I was gonna get... Anyways, and on top of that, the girls are conditioned to be wives and cook and clean and all of this kind of stuff, but the boys are conditioned to be nothing. They're not conditioned to be husbands. They're conditioned to be spoiled and let the woman take care of them. Not all, but most. How boys get to stay home until they're like 35 with an entire family, when the girls get pushed out very early. Like, can somebody make that make sense to me? Because it never will, probably. But let's move on. I would ask, why is it that mental health is so taboo in the black community? But I think I found an answer, and I think it's that we're uneducated. And for a while, I was uneducated until I experienced it for myself. And let me tell you my story. I was 16 years old, had my first anxiety attack, didn't know what the hell was going on. I asked to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital, whatever. And they was like, it's just anxiety. I remember I kept having these panic attacks and dealing with depression and not really understanding what it was because it was so new to me and I'm very young. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what mental health and depression and anxiety, I don't know what that is. And neither did the people around me, because I was being told that if I keep acting like this, you're going to get sent to a crazy house. You know how many times I got called dramatic in the middle of having a panic attack? You know how many times I got told you just want to have sex in the middle of a panic attack? You know how many times I got told just calm down, it's not that big a deal in the middle of a panic attack? I can go on all night. Don't know how that made sense, but that's what I was told, so yeah. But I'm glad that this generation is starting to speak up about mental health a little bit more and that people are trying to educate themselves a little more. So happy to see that. These older black people, they don't understand that. They think that you could pray away everything. That's just not gonna happen. Yeah, pray, do whatever you need to do, but like, you also need therapy. I've seen people get diagnosed with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, and they're getting called crazy from their fellow black people when they should be getting the help that they need, and uplifting them and not making them feel like it's their fault. Like, it's like they're, oh, I just can't even get my words out because I'm so frustrated when I talk about this topic. It's just like, when is these people going to get it? When is everybody going to understand? Older black people have this ideology that if they don't talk about it, then it never happened. How many times I heard, what happens in this house stays in this house? No. I don't think we need to be saying that anymore, because a lot of things happened in the house and you instill fear in your kids because you didn't want them to go out and tell everybody, and it ruined your reputation and probably lead somebody into jail. Kids do not lie about being sexually assaulted. Let me say that again for the folks in the back who probably didn't hear me the first time. Kids do not lie about being sexually assaulted. I don't know how many times I've heard stories about people not being believed by their own parents. I seen this girl go live one time and she was telling her story about being molested and how I think her daughter was molested as well. Something happened, and basically she went live and was telling everybody and exposing the people who did it to her, and her family was just like, girl, take this down. No, be quiet about it. Like, take this down. Like, you don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be putting all this business out there. No, these people need to be outed. Predators need to be outed. Child molesters need to be outed. That's not something you need to just sweep under the rug. This isn't something that you just need to keep in the house. No, this is like a serious topic. Nobody should be messing with children, yet it happens so much, and kids are scared to speak out because they feel like they're gonna get in trouble because they're told what was going on, or the parents don't believe them, the family don't believe them, they think that they're lying. Let me go back to what I was saying. If you're telling your child to keep things that happen in this house, such as if you're beating them to the point they got wet marks and bruises and stuff all over them, if they were to go out and tell the police or the school counselor or somebody that shit, your ass to be in jail. That's why you're saying that, and nobody can tell me otherwise. This kind of just sends me into another topic that I want to talk about, and that is blaming young girls, especially in young boys, but mostly young girls, for the actions of predators. Most young black girls starting from the ages of 12 on up, they spread very quickly. I spread when I was 12 years old. I started getting hips, some butt, everything, some boobs were growing in. Like, I was really growing very early. Let me show you one of my outfits that I wore when I was around like 12 or 13. And I remember being told that, what do you have on? You're portraying yourself as a whore. I'm like 12 or 13 years old. I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. Why is it that young black girls are always shamed for the actions of predators, or just for being who they are? You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we used to get called fast and grony and stuff like that. No, that's just using words like that, or just putting the blame on the girl. That is putting the blame on the young girl and not putting the blame on the predators out there. Here are 2 more TikToks for reference.
What's something that was considered fast as a black girl growing up for you? Don't worry.
I'm up here cutting watermelon right now for my kids, but just me being developed down there at the bottom, just me being developed, me having a big booty, I got developed at age 11. Okay, so me walking to the store with my friends, I'm the one that's fast. Nobody else fast but me because my booty is bigger. Wearing certain type of hairstyles, my hair being straight, you could not do that. That was fast. Me wearing hoop earrings, fast. Or if my studs was bigger like they are right now, fast. Me wearing those roll-on lip glosses when you were little, fast.
And name something that black people, especially older black people, are not ready to hear.
Older black women, stop calling teenage girls and prepubescent girls fast. Because when you do that, you are identifying potential victims to your family pedophiles, neighborhood pedophiles, who know that if they assault that girl, no one will believe them.
I just went on a tangent there because there was just a lot to say under that topic. The black community gets set back 1,000 years every single time a parent puts their child out just because they turned 18. I get so tired of hearing that shit. When my kids turn 18, y'all gonna have to get out. Y'all gonna have to get out. Y'all hate y'all kids that much that you're just like, fuck them. When they turn 18, like, what? They don't know anything about the real world. I got out when I was 18 by choice because I just got tired of being in situations where I was arguing every day and being provoked to want to fight and stuff like that. Like, I got tired of dealing with this shit, so I just decided, like, it's time for me to roll out. Mind you, I'm fresh out of high school. Just a month after high school, I decided to move out. I didn't have no money in the bank. I didn't know what credit was. I didn't have a car. I barely had a job. I had to learn everything on my own. I had to learn every single thing on my own about the real world. God, I can't stress this enough. That 18-year-old trope that you're going to have to leave or you're going to have to pay bills around here, that shit needs to stop. Let me just say this. If you want to make your child pay a bill, that's your household. You do what you want to do. Sometimes that teaches responsibility. My boyfriend said that his parents used to make him pay like a small bill, but they never made him feel like he had to leave or get out, or they never pushed him out because he only left when he was ready.
But making your child feel like they have to leave or pay a bill, like giving them an ultimatum, it's not cool, especially when they make a minimum wage. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
Oh, and the other thing, the one that I see way too often, when your kids come out as gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, queer in any kind of way, and you want to kick them out the house, you're a fucked up parent. I'm just going to let you know that right now. You're going to kick your kids out because they want to love who they want to love? Someone make that make sense to me. You're going to kick your child out because they chose to love someone of the same gender, or they chose to have a transition. That shit won't make sense to me, because what does it affect you? Like, how does that affect you? How does that affect you personally? Oh, wait, you care about a reputation. You care about appearances. That's the problem with a lot of the Black community. They care about upholding this appearance that everything is going good in their life, that their kids are great, that they're this, that they're that. And that's the sad part about it.
I forgot to mention, but this also stems from religious beliefs. Like, you be out here popping pussy on the weekends, drinking, smoking, having a good time, but as soon as your child comes out gay, oh, that crosses the line. It's sin this, sin that. Not of God this, not of God that. Okay.
I will never understand that. Kick your kids out because they get pregnant. Kick your kids out because they're gay. What? Yeah, nah. Anyways. Well, guys, you've reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to this point. If you want to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, I'll have them listed below here. Thank you so much again for watching. Hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.